Baker Mayfield joins us. Good morning, Baker. How are you?
Doing great. How are you?
Where are you right now? I'm great.
I'm in the locker room right now.
What's it smell like in there?
Just fresh roses and a meadow.
That doesn't smell like any locker room that I used to be in.
No, it's pretty nice. No, we got new facility, so it's actually they did a great job. They have a great ventilation system, so it actually airs it out pretty well.
What's the schedule today?
Right now, just kind of hanging out, about to watch some film, and then we'll go from there. We have a meeting starting at 1:30, so I'll get that going, and then just get ready for Kansas from there.
Any classes?
Not today.
We had Rick Neuheisel on first hour of the show, former head coach, now working for CBS. And Seton, could you play this for Baker Mayfield on if he was drafting, who would he take first?
If I have to take the quarterback, I think I'm going Mayfield. I just like the kid's swagger. I like his ability to make plays. He's all football all the time.
Over Rosen,
worry about. Yeah, and I love Rosen. I love Rosen, but the question for me with Rosen is how important is football to Rosen? Yeah, I don't know that it's everything. And for Mayfield, he's passed that test in spades.
What do you think of that?
Coming from him, it's a pretty big honor. I mean, especially he's a UCLA guy, so it's humbling. So, I mean, it's pretty cool to hear. It's pretty special.
I didn't know if you maybe stayed a year too long, because that's what happens. Like, people get tired of seeing quarterbacks, and then we dissect them. Matt Barkley, Matt Leinart. How close were you to coming out last year?
Really, not that close. Not as close as people might have thought. When it came down to it, I wanted to win a national title, and I had a lot of people here that I wanted to play for, and that I wanted to be around for another year. So, I mean, it wasn't. I thought about it a little bit, but when it came down to it, the best decision for me was coming back.
Do you play with a chip on your shoulder?
A boulder, I think.
Why a boulder on your shoulder?
I think the best ones play with an edge. I think, to have the intensity and the mindset in that you're going to go in and you want to prove yourself each week, no matter who it is. I think the best ones do it. I think Brady does it week in and week out every day. So it's just I believe it's the best way to handle myself, and I've had success with it, so it's not going to stop.
Who plays in the pros the way you think you play or can play?
I think I'd like to think, I'd take a little bit of some stuff from a couple people. I'd like to be able to have the command of the offense like Brady. I'd like to say that I could move around, not as well as Russell Wilson, but attempt to. And then just be in the pocket like Drew Brees. I think I'd aspire to be a little bit of everything. Those guys are all really great at what they do, so I think I can learn and, try and be like them, and that'd be a good model.
But you're not an underdog anymore. I understand playing with a chip on your shoulder. Here you are, by all accounts, leading contender for the Heisman. Your team is 9-1. You got guys who are praising you about being a first-round draft pick. How do you stay hungry with that? Because now they're saying all the things that maybe you didn't hear the first couple of years there at Oklahoma.
It just goes to show that they weren't there for us in the beginning, so I'm not going to pay attention to it now. I mean, that's just how it is. It's how it goes. People want to jump on the bandwagon late, but we're not about that. So I'm going to keep the same mindset, and I'm going to make sure our team does as well.
After the Iowa State game, how down were you?
More disappointed than anything. Really disappointed just in how we played, because we're so much better than what we performed, and how we, showed that. So we didn't need a loss to kickstart our season or get our minds right, and that was the biggest thing for me. It was just disappointing more than anything. Past two seasons we had needed, maybe to have our backs against the wall to play well, but we have a special team. I didn't think we needed that at that point. So it was, like I said, more disappointing than anything.